we gotta give a huge congratulations. Shout out to Coach Bates.
Yes.
Congratulations for getting a position over there.
My coach.
Yeah.
At the Carolina.
My coach.
Carolina Panthers. Your coach now.
Your new coach.
That's
your
my coach.
new coach.
That's your coach.
That's my coach.
Shout out to Coach, man. So that's if y'all wondering, because we know y'all wondering, he not on the couch. So he out there working. All ready to work.
You see what coaches do, though? When they don't want to get a job done, who they do? They send a what? They send a player.
Exactly. Exactly.
He already bossed me around.
They say, damn, Coach, you want to? No, hey, you know what? Hey, Matt, go do
J-Mac
this.
do it.
J-Mac.
Exactly.
Go do this for me.
J-Mac got it.
Question for J-Mac before we get too far into the Super Bowl.
Right.
But how do you think it'll affect the team having a young coach that's been a part of the game?
Oh my gosh, he
said it with speaking of Coach Bates.
Yeah, of course. No, you can't replace that. I think that's where a lot of the game's going.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because there's enough intel now, and obviously now you got analytics. So a lot of times they say like we need these coaches in the game because man, former players, they don't really know how to come in and do all that stuff like the scheduling and all the other just coach work. Right. Well, now you got analytics that's taking care of a lot of that. And soon when they figure out this AI thing, that's going to take care of a lot of stuff too.
Oh my goodness.
So you're going to need more people that have real-time experience playing the game that's pouring into players. You already see it happening in basketball. The majority of coaches now are not just career coaches. Yeah. They're players that turn into coaches. Right. And Steve Kerr is obviously number one guy leading the way. Right. Like Steve Nash getting a job, Jason Kidd getting a job. That's going to be the new trend. Right. And it's about to take over media too. Like people want to hear from people that have actually done it.
That have actually done it, for sure.
If Daren Bates looks at me, and I'm telling you real life experience, in the preseason, it says, J-Matt, I'm feeding his voice, you better go get that title. You think I'm not going to do that? Like, he did it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
It's a different element.
Come on. And then also, too, I even think like, bro, you know how dull the season gets over time and how mundane it gets. Mm-hmm. And
you need that life. Somebody that know how to like at what time to do what.
The energy.
Come on.
How to coordinate type of stuff and just can feel the energy in the locker room or the whatever position room, like,
You understand the pulse. And then he could come in one day, hey, I got a presentation for y'all. Okay, here go a look on kickoff return that we might see. Right. And this is what we need from our five. Before you know it, it's him doing the clip.
Right.
Everybody, hey, coach, we mess with you. Like, you need that stuff,
you do need more of those examples. I know it's, being a DB, like a more skilled position, it's a little different sometimes, like not having, a coach that knows, had lived that life, have had those reps and, had those, they didn't pick the playoff or, you know what I'm saying, made some great plays. And it's, not saying that the other coaches can't coach, but it's definitely a different element to the game for real.
I truly believe like where it's going, all that finessing players, all that, guys, we can tell a phony very quickly. Yeah. If you did not play it and actually do it, the coaches that are going to survive are the actual ones that know what they talking about. The Andy Reeves, the Kyle Shanahans. I had a cup of coffee when I was at Patriots. I was there for a little bit, got released, and the Eagles signed me back. But when I was around Bill, you could tell he knows some football, a lot of football. Right. Those coaches that's trying to just motivate you through and make you think like they know something, those guys ain't gonna last.
No. Right. Yeah, shoot. I mean, shit. My two coaches that I played for, Coach Raymond coming out of college, player coach, played at LSU, you know what I'm saying? And then Coach Manuel, with the Seahawks before he came over with us. Like both of those guys, really hard, really strict because they know the game, they know the trials, they know what it means to have a false step or your eyes bad or your leverage, you're not looking in the right place, your hand not in the right place, like. Right.
They done been in the fire.
Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like down the field. DBs, like, it's hard down the field. If a tight end, a J-Matt type, running at you, boom, and you got to keep your ground. You can't touch him. But, like, if your hand's low, then you could, you know what I'm saying, use your leverage, have a little shock, you know what I'm saying, and, keep your distance on that receiver and you not just get run over, you know what I'm saying, run by type shit. Like, you could actually defend yourself. Right. But, like, if you're not a player, you wouldn't really know that type shit. Like, you're not gonna be able to communicate that in an effective way.
Right. The player's gonna give you Like if I'm like, so let's talk King, for instance, right?
Yeah.
He coaches young O-linemen.
Yeah.
Now, he can give me something tangible that I can use to help me in a real-time situation. If we come in at halftime and I'm getting beat, he can say, dog, I just watched that guy go speed to bull 3 times on you.
Right.
He can only do that, and then his other thing is the long arm.
Right.
So here's how we're going to set against him.
Yeah.
I want you to do this many sets. Count this in your head, punch, and that's how we're going to get it done. If you a coach, you come to me and be like, hey, I need more from you next half. What does that mean? I can't, like, no, that's not going to help me right now.
Right.
I need something tangible.
I don't need the motivation.
I don't need that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, those, unless you like I'll spend time around like Mike McDaniel.
Yeah.
I knew he was going to be successful at the Dolphins because even though he wasn't a player, he knew so much that you know, okay, this guy's not BSing. He knows what he's talking about.
He had the brain. He had the brain.
If you don't got big pause. Yeah. If you don't got that level of intelligence in the game where everything you say is based in truth, you better have played. That's just where it's going. I think, King, you say the same thing.
Yeah. No, because the players, like you said, especially nowadays, players, you connect with that and relate to that. Like, as a player, that's what you like. Yeah. If I know my coach has done been out there, like he just said, something small like that we can just get straight to it. Boom, 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 this, and that, and correct it. Like, you know, obviously motivating is part of coaching too, but having that connection with like knowing your coach has been there and like as a player, you know you can go to that coach whenever you want.
Right.
Like, you know, if something like, you know, even if it's just a question or something like, you know, what do you think about me trying this versus this guy doing something?
Yes.
He'd be like, okay, either that's a good idea or no, like, or if it's a coach that ain't played, he might not, you bring it up, he might not have no idea what you're talking about.
I got a quick question. So what if one of your kids come up and ask you, you know, they watch the episode and they come up and ask you, hey, coach, like, what happens if you late? What you gonna say to them?
Well, they wouldn't know I was late if you would never said nothing. So how would anybody know?
We gotta keep it professional
He's
around
gonna
here.
say I've been in a situation before. I've been late. So
exactly. I would hope. You gotta motivate him, King.
Well, what I would tell him was, don't be late.
Exactly. Don't be late.